Hello, hello, my loves. We are going to talk about the deck Memento Mori, Lenormand, and Oracle. So I had someone ask me if I could talk a little bit about how I read with this particular deck. I'm sure that there is a system to this, especially if it's Lenormand. I know Lenormand has its own system. I do not do that. I go with whatever I feel called to do. So I'm going to show you guys just how I use this deck for myself, how I use it in a reading, for example. First off, the Memento Mori, it is just kind of like a deck of symbols, a deck of images, simplicity. So like, for example, we have a spine, but the message of it is tower, lock, viewing table. So when you see stuff like this, it's kind of like, okay, but how the heck do we use that in a reading, right? It's kind of random. I really go with the energy of intuition with this. I use my intuition with this kind of deck. And I think it's absolutely amazing for that. It's really good to enhance your intuition. The deck itself does come with a little guidebook. It's one of those little paper things. To be honest, I don't use it. I don't. Maybe every once in a while I'll look at it, I'll take a peek. But I have really been using this deck solely just what do I intuitively feel. Okay. So let's go ahead and just I want to do an example for you guys. Just get them shuffled. So let's go ahead and ask a question. A general question. What does the energy of summer have to say to us? What do we need to know for the energy of summer season? And I'm going to pull 3 cards. Okay. This one's sticking out. So let's do that one and one more. The energy of summer season. This one and this one actually wants to come out too. Okay, so we have 4 cards. We have the man, bear, ring, and tear catcher. Right off the bat, when I'm pulling cards, because of the way that I connect with spirit, I already have words, feelings, thoughts coming to my mind, okay? But maybe that you don't connect that way. Maybe you're a little bit different. So everyone is different in the way they connect intuitively, okay? But what would I say for what is the energy of summer? What do we have to know? And this is a general reading, okay? So first off, the man. I would tell somebody, or the reader or myself or whoever, that perhaps the summer season is going to be influenced by a male in your life. This could be somebody coming into your life. This could be somebody that you're already dealing with. This could be masculine energy in general. Dealing more with the masculine. Dealing more with balancing the masculine within yourself. Okay? After the man, I pulled the bear. So when you think of bear energy, to me, the bear medicine is protective. I always think of mama bear when I see bear energy. Bears to me are protective. I would also go and pull my spirit animal book that I keep. That's another thing I would do if I was doing this in a reading. But just based off common knowledge, like what does a bear mean to you? They're grounding. It's an earth energy. They're protection. So I would say too, the summer season could be protecting yourself from said person. This could be the energy of grounding yourself, the energy of really getting comfortable in your masculine, really allowing yourself to be fulfilled. What is the fulfillment that you need in order to be balanced in your masculine? Then we have the tear catcher and the ring. When I look at the ring and the tear catcher and then also man, okay, to me, this screams love. This screams romance reading or something like that. So already like my intuition is going off. This could be about an engagement, but it might be something that's broken off. This could be breaking a cycle. When I see ring or circle, it's a cycle. And then tear catcher, tears, crying, sadness. So there could be some kind of mishap or breakup happening. There could be some kind of unfortunate turn of events. at the hands of a male. And there might be that need to nurture and mama bear yourself, protect yourself in that situation. So you see how I kind of put it together? Let's ask a very specific question. So let's say, because that's a very general reading. So let's say you have a client that comes up to you and they're like, I suspect that my spouse is cheating on me. Can you give me a reading on that? So the energy of their marriage. What is the energy of this person's marriage? They are suspecting their spouse is cheating on them. What is the energy of this situation, this marriage? And I mean, how many cards you pull, it's up to you. I usually stick to about 3. I try to stick with 3 cards. Sometimes more falls out. Sometimes you'll intuitively feel like, okay, I just want to pull 1. Or maybe you have a number that pops up in your head. Go with whatever you feel called to. But if that never happens to you, then stick with like 3 tops. You could get a lot out of 3 cards. So the first one that I pulled is Scythe. So Scythe, it's this like a weapon, right? It looks like a weapon, like a sharp knife. Then you have Mirror. Interesting. Raven. Letter. So when you look at all of these, intuitively, what comes to mind, right? If you're reading for someone's marriage, they're suspecting that their person is cheating on them. How would you feel? How would these cards make you feel? These objects, these symbols. Right off the bat, I'm seeing with the Scythe. That's like literally the Death card, the Reaper. He carries one of these. Death means change. Death means endings, right? The Mirror, taking a look at oneself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Are you catching the red flags? Are you seeing the full picture? Okay. The Raven, animal spirit for ravens, to me is a very prophetic, psychic future energy. So when I see ravens, and then also ravens do kind of mean death and that kind of thing, passing or the ending. But I also see ravens as the future. So something is coming up, right? Foreseeing something. That tells me you've already been seeing the red flags. You've already been catching it. You've already been seeing, what you think is going to happen. Are you taking a look in the mirror? Are you trusting yourself, your intuition, what your heart is telling you? The letter, as soon as I saw the letter, I thought of love letters. Writing love notes. I also see this as a contract, okay? I see the contract as like breaking the bond of marriage, okay? The letter, receiving a letter of divorce, that kind of thing. I also intuitively, when you look at this image, the letter looks like it has a ring, a stain, but it's broken. So I also see that as breaking the marriage, divorce. Okay, paperwork for divorce. So that's kind of how I use those cards. They may have nothing to do with love readings, but the images, you got to hone in on the symbols. What does it mean to you? Or even the picture itself, like this one. It looks like a ring that's broken. That's symbolic. My intuition, my eyes are honing in on that image because intuitively Spirit wants me to catch that message of a broken marriage. Really interesting, right? That is how I use these cards. Let's do one more. Let's ask, what is another common question people want to know? Let's do career related. Let's say somebody is thinking of leaving their job, okay? That's usually a common question. Should I leave my job? I try to stay away from yes/no questions. But for the sake of the video, what is the energy of leaving the job? What does this person need to know about leaving their job? Okay. So 3 cards. First one I pulled, pot. You have flowers in a pot. Rope. Key. The key. So you have a pot, rope, and key. So intuitively, what I'm seeing with this is with a pot, in order for plants to be successful growing in their environment, they need to have sustenance. They need to have the soil, the fertile soil, the ability to grow in their habitat, right? It needs to be healthy. The rope. Usually what we do with ropes is tying knots, right? To hold something together, to keep something, to hold it together. But this rope is not in a knot. It's actually broken, or I'm noticing my eyes are going to the end of it that's broken. So that is unbinding yourself to this being confined to this environment. The need for growth. The key, in order to open a new door, especially a door that is locked, you need a key. The key is the tool used to open doors. So I would say for somebody, I want to leave my job. Should I leave my job? I would say yes. I feel like your current job, you are feeling confined. You've outgrown it. It's not nurturing you. It is not fertile anymore. You are needing to unbind yourself from this space. And once you make that decision to cut the ties, to cut the rope, the key will be given to you. The door will be revealed, right? Let's see what the shadow card is. The shadow card is the card at the bottom of the deck. So the shadow card, the shadow card for this reading is the moon. You have the hand, almost like he's holding the moon in his hand. That tells me you have so many possibilities within your reach, okay? You have so many possibilities within your reach. It's almost like holding the globe, but it's the moon. And the moon, when I think astrology-wise or intuition, the moon is your intuition. The moon is your emotions. The moon is your heart, right? So as long as you are holding your heart, you are trusting your heart, you are putting your heart up on a pedestal, right? Your heart comes first, what you want, what you desire, the key will be revealed. When you are making a choice solely from your heart, from your intuition, new things will be coming to you. Do you see why I like this deck? It is so good. It is so good. Okay, let's see. Let's just try one more. Just for example, what is another common question? Let's try a time frame question. Even though I actually have, there's like little separate decks that go along with this one, and I do have one for time, but I'm not gonna pull it out. Let's just use the one deck. So let's use a time frame. When am I gonna fall in love? When will I meet love? And if you get a question like that from a client and you're like, well, when? Trust your intuition. Sometimes a time frame will pop up in your mind intuitively, but also pay attention to the messages on the cards. So when will I find love? Fish was the first one that I pulled. So fish, viewing table, and lock. I have to hurry. My battery is going to die. So when will I find love? Fish, that's Pisces. When is Pisces season? Pisces season is mid-February through mid-March. So that was a time frame right there. February, March. Pisces season is another time frame. The person that you may be falling in love with could be a Pisces themselves, right? The viewing table and the lock. The lock of your heart, needing to unlock your heart, needing to open yourself up to receiving love. Viewing table, everything will be put out on the table. Put yourself out on the table, don't be so secretive. Don't be so closed off. once you open yourself up to it and you welcome in possibilities for love, love will come through. It'll flow through. So that's how I do these readings. The card at the bottom of the deck is heart. So yes, you will find love. It's a matter of when. It's a matter of not when. It's a matter of opening yourself up to it and being available to it. So that is how I use this beautiful deck. Let me know if this helped. Do you read your cards the same way? And yeah, I hope that this helped. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry I have to leave so quickly. My battery's about to die. So love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.